30.
All right, we're back here at the 31st Annual National Veterans Wheelchair Games presented by Paralyzed Veterans of America and the Department of Veterans Affairs. We're here at the Quad Rugby Championship where the black team leads the yellow team 14-11. And the Quad Rugby Championship game is being sponsored today by Highmark and the Pittsburgh Steelers. I'm Kevin Zuckerman alongside Chris Hall. Chris, after one period, what have we seen so far, and what are we looking forward to the second?
It was really what I expected. I saw yellow come out with a weaker line to start out, and black came out with their real strong line. Black went up by 3 points. Yellow's managed to stay in it, but it's still going to be tough for yellow to come back from 3 down.
It seemed like turnovers were a big part of that period.
Turnovers are definitely a big part of that. If Lindstrom doesn't have somebody to get the ball out to, he's going to struggle. They can put that double team on him, and he has to count on Gilkinston and Baxter on that first line to get it done. It looks like they might come out with De Leon, Gilkinsson, and Mike Martin. Mike Martin, a very smart picker, old guy from Britain. He knows the game very well. So Gilkinsson will probably inbound. Lindstrom will be able to take the double, but he'll have Diaz out there to be his outlet pass. See the quick double on Lindstrom here. Rob Schuler and Scott Severin setting up real tall in front of Lindstrom. So Diaz is going to have to come back and get the ball. Tim Jones putting up a good defense on the inbound pass here. Ball comes in. Ooh, dangerous pass over the top. Tim Jones gets a reach.
Number 10.
Not happy about it.
Goes into the reaching box.
He just came in just enough on De Leon to catch him on the shoulder. So now it's 3 on 4.
So as Paul Mann sits it out.
Just 1 second is elapsed.
Looks to throw in.
They're going to try and get a penalty goal here. Hopefully Black is smart enough to stay out of the key and not get pushed across.
Spins left, spins right. Gets away, breaks away from his player.
Tim Jones in the penalty box yelling at his teammate to stay out of the key and not get pushed across. Tim Jones is back on to cover Ryan Lindstrom.
14-12.
Tim Jones is actually going to be our inbounder. Paul Mann is a little bit of a liability out there. Not a very strong player. Hasn't been playing for very long.
Tim Jones.
But if he can just get an outlet from Severin. Look at the strong coverage by Lindstrom. But he's got Rob picking for Tim Jones. And a nice pick to set Tim Jones free. Paul Mann's going to seal off here on the edge. Scott Severin's going to seal off the middle. And we're going to go right up the side.
Scott Severin, heavy block.
With a good block. And Jones in.
Tim Jones is able to score. Taking the score to 15-12.
You want to try and send a message when the big guys hit. Contact warning on Scott Severin here, trying to set up the double team on Ryan Lindstrom. He gets warned for contact. You get more than one contact in a quarter, it actually turns into a penalty. Tim Jones and Rod Schuler have the pick on Lindstrom here. Lindstrom trying to get the ball out, but it's covered by Severin. Severin is all over Diaz de Leon. Nowhere to go with the ball. 12-second backcourt violation.
Into Gilkinsson.
That's another situation where
that's a 12-second violation.
Sort of kills.
Speed kills. If they can set up that pick on Lindstrom with a low pointer, then Severin's free to chase down the other ball carriers. Inbound by Tim Jones to Scott Severin. Severin coming around behind the pick of Tim Jones and Rob Schuler. Rob Schuler headed up the middle. Paul Mann going to seal the corner out.
Lindstrom tries to block.
But then Severin's going to come back up the middle.
Finds a hole anyway. It didn't look like there was a whole lot of
damage. Look how quickly
so.
they're getting to Lindstrom. He's got no time to go anywhere, and he's actually kind of just sitting there waiting for him to come to him. And that's never good.
Back to Gilkinsson.
Back to Gilkinsson. Gilkinsson back over top to De Leon. He's going to have to chase this one. And he's got it.
And scores.
Gabe's first point of the game.
He's making an instant impact.
He's got to be the outlet pass for Lindstrom. And Lindstrom's got to move a little quicker to get out of these double teams.
Paul Mann.
Mike Mitchell and De Leon to get the double on Severin. But Severin's free. Tim Jones makes the long pass up court to Severin. Severin scores another.
Score 17-13.
Joe Gilkinson here low on the inbound.
Gilkinson.
Gets the ball into De Leon. He's going to,
Diaz De Leon.
he gives it back to Gilkinson on like a give and go. And Gilkinson tries to juke out Tim Jones, but he's too quick for that. And a timeout by Yellow in the backcourt.
So with 6:37
Timeout
left,
Yellow.
I'm sorry, 6:29 actually left in the second quarter. Black team leads 17-13 in this Quad Rugby Championship presented by Highmark and the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yeah, Black up by 4 now. I mean, they're just adding on. And if Yellow doesn't get back in here and get a couple of these points back, it's just going to get further and further away.
Yellow takes the timeout.
Yellow trying to calm them down and get things back together here. But
want to thank our sponsors one more time.
and Kelly's trying to keep the Black team away from Yellow's bench over there. They're trying to sneak in, maybe catch some strategy of what Yellow's talking about over there.
Back in action.
Well, what's going to be the key here for Yellow if they're going to try to get back into this game? I know
Yellow has got to spread the court out. Ryan Lindstrom has got to get free. He's got to start working out of those doubles.
Looks like that timeout worked pretty well. 17-14.
As Lindstrom, as you just said, he went and took it, got out of the double team very quickly, and was able to take it in score.
Look at Scott Severin, triple team. Tim Jones, the only one out there, gets it across half court. Hopefully Paul Mann can catch this. Paul Mann is a liability on those passes.
Fumbles the ball, goes out of bounds, and that'll be
getting all the way back.
And maybe you might have noticed how Paul Mann did not turn his waist towards the ball. He tried to catch it kind of behind him. You got to turn your chair and catch with your lap.
And Gilkinson
into Lindstrom here. He's double teamed by Paul Mann and Tim Jones. Tim Jones is going to race around the corner and stop Lindstrom. Great push by Tim Jones. Ball's up across to De Leon. He's going to take a big hit in the back from Severin. Severin gets the stop. De Leon's going to wait for help.
De Leon looking.
Scott's just going to keep pushing him until he makes a bad pass.
To no one in particular.
Lindstrom saves
it is able to be kept in bounds. Scott Severin has the opportunity for it, but no one seems to be able to get it yet.
And there's no way anybody else is going to get that ball but Severin.
Behind his wheel.
Severin's going to push around the outside of Mike, and Lindstrom's not even going to try and catch him.
But Severin is able to get out of everything.
Gets in for
ahead of the play.
18-14.
Difficult to catch a man like that.
Yeah, you know, I hope some of the Yellow players haven't given up on them. You know, because it's only 4 points.
Gilkinson to Lindstrom, back to Gilkinson. Gilkinson spins away.
Gilkinson is not going to be able to beat Severin. So he passes ahead to De Leon.
There's no one here on the other side of the half court, so they're going to have to really rush. Nope, 12-second violation again.
No, it's a timeout.
Oh, timeout.
Gilkinson actually got the timeout there.
Very heads-up play there by Gilkinson.
I think that's their third timeout. They're running low on timeouts already, and it's not even halftime.
That definitely speaks to the tenacious style of defense that Black is playing in this game.
You know, that's going to be another issue that Yellow's going to have when it comes down to the end of the game. If they have a held ball, jump ball, they're not going to have the timeouts to be able to use them. Ball comes into the low pointer, Michael Martin across half court. And Severin's going to chase him down. Gilkinson comes up from behind. And a behind the back pass from Gilkinson to De Leon. Back to Gilkinson. And Gilkinson gets across with the score. Nice behind the back pass. My coach would have killed me for trying something like that.
In these games, it's the flashy plays like that that are going to get you the goals, apparently.
Yeah.
For the Yellow team.
My coach doesn't like flashy. He likes good.
Over to Lindstrom.
Lindstrom's got the inbound here.
Lindstrom gets a block by Diaz De Leon. Wheels around.
Lindstrom just jukes out the entire.
Takes a bounce and goes across. Ryan Lindstrom.
You know, Severin came up court at Lindstrom on that play. And, you know, it's really difficult to cover somebody you're coming up court at them.
We have a referee's timeout.
Having a little difficulty seeing the shot clock, so we're moving our penalty keeper here. Little timeout with the refs. Kelly trying to instruct the shot clock on how to reset here. Looks like we've got an equipment out on the court also. Looks like Michael Mann is caught up with Rob Schuler. They can't seem to get them apart. Rob's wife's actually coming out there to take them apart.
We can lead them.
Paul Mann trying to pull on the backside.
Get a room, guys. Get a room.
We like to call this the low pointer dance.
And that's because it's actually the grates that get stuck together, is that correct?
The front pickers of the chair do get stuck together, yeah. Tim Jones on the inbound here, a triple team on Scott Severin. Rob Schuler gets enough of a pick to set him free. Severin down low with DeLeon and Lindstrom. He's going to pass over top to Tim Jones, and Tim Jones is going to outpush Gilkinson. Paul Mann's going to steal his backside, and it's going to be over. Looks like Jones was trying to bait him into a penalty goal there, but they've got a triple team on Lindstrom now too. That's going to leave DeLeon open with only Tim Jones to beat.
Not an easy thing to do, beating Tim Jones. He's certainly shown his speed.
He's waiting for Mike to come up and pick for him. Now he's got an outlet in Mike, and there's Lindstrom on the outside into Gilkinson for a nice pass.
Lindstrom and Gilkinson clearly have some chemistry together. They're finding each other and getting goals.
That's what it comes down to. It comes down to good communication between the high pointers and low pointers out there.
Jones into Severin.
Severin gets the ball back to Jones. Jones is going to get stopped here by Lindstrom, but Scott Severin is free. Nice long pass from Tim Jones.
It's amazing when they forget about one, the other one is the one that kills them.
Exactly.
28-16.
And with 3:51
this is our
remaining,
second contact on Black, and Rob Schuler is going to be in our bench over here.
And Schuler, he'll go into the contact. You can't do that, box.
He's in the sin bin over here.
We have a power play.
I'm sure Rob Schuler's not happy about that one. Rob Schuler feels like he got robbed on that one. Feels like DeLeon ran into him. DeLeon with the ball across half court. It's a 3-on. Oh, bad pass. A turnover with 3-on-4. Oh, it's going to be off of Severin's chair, though.
Yellow ball.
3:41 to go in this game, or in the first half. And the score remains
Alonzo Burnett comes into the game for the first time. Tim Jones taking a seat. This is a risky move by Black. Oh, I didn't think they were going to keep that one. Tim Jones is going to stay. Paul Mann comes off, and Alonzo Bowden comes on. Alonzo Bowden and Paul Mann are not strong players. So having both of them out there at the same time is going to be difficult.
Gilkinson gets the ball back from Lindstrom.
Gilkinson scores, he takes advantage.
But a little 3-on-4 rugby, and Yellow takes advantage. Rob Schuler back on the court, going to head right for Severin and set a pick. Lindstrom playing a little backside. Tim Jones setting a nice pick down court. And Scott Severin goes untouched.
Severin in.
And look how quickly that double sets up on Ryan Lindstrom. Tim Jones and Rob Schuler are on it quickly.
He seems to be talking to the referee a little bit, too.
He was upset that the contact came before the whistle. They're not allowed to contact him until that whistle is blown on the baseline. Gilkinson dribbles across, but Severin's going to be there for the stop.
Nice
pass to DeLeon.
Great play by DeLeon.
Michael Mann trying to set the pick for DeLeon. DeLeon wisely turns out and waits for help.
Looking to go in.
They're set up in the key. It looks like we've got 4 in the key here.
Wheels to the right, to the left.
And
it was real close to 4 in the key.
Into the end zone.
You're only allowed 3 men in the key at a time.
21-18.
Inbound to Alonzo Burnett. Back to Tim Jones. Tim Jones is going to come around the backside. Lindstrom going to shut him down, pushing backwards. And we're getting close to 12 seconds here.
Tim Jones.
There's 12. It's that internal rugby clock. I can feel the whistle about to blow in my bones, you know? I can feel the whistle about to blow. So that's a turnover on Black. Looks like Black's going to have an opportunity to bring it within 2 points here. Inbound from Gilkinson to DeLeon. We stop by Tim Jones. Over the top to Gilkinson. Stop by Scott Severin. Back to Ryan Lindstrom. He's waiting for the pick of Michael Mann to set up there.
To the outside. Spins, goes back the other way.
Oh, they've got Lindstrom caught in the middle. It's over. He put
burst of speed.
And he bullies his way in.
with a penalty goal. Actually knocked Tim Jones out.
Yellow brings it to within 2.
Tim Jones into Scott Severon with DeLeon covering. Nice pick by Alonzo Bowden, or Alonzo Burnett, to set Scott free. Scott's going to try and run the clock down here, take a little time off. He feels like yellow's getting too close.
Well, not a terrible play there. Burn the clock a little bit. As long as you have protection of all the other teams can't score.
Yeah, I mean, you've only got 40 seconds on the shot clock, so you can only burn so much. But when we're coming down the last couple of minutes, there's actually guys who calculate this stuff as far as 2 minutes and 30 seconds out. Gilkinson gets across half court with Michael Mann setting the pick. DeLeon on the backside. Passes to Lindstrom behind the back again. You know, this stuff is really scaring me. I mean, I know he sees him, but I don't like those passes.
Well, can't argue with the effectiveness, though.
You can't argue with the effectiveness, that's for sure.
And Lindstrom's just being
Lindstrom gets another turnover here to bring us within 1 if he finds a hole. And DeLeon seals off the backside, and we're back within 1.
1:22 to go in the
Look
first
at the
half.
setup here. Look at the transition. How quickly we're transitioning on the Severon here. This is the important part. This is how we get turnovers.
Correction.
Scott Severon actually has to call inbound because he's triple teamed down low.
Fires long.
Big long pass over the top to Jones. Lindstrom is going to chase him down.
Trying to chase him down.
Lindstrom can't get there.
Can't get there in time. That's sad that they had to have Scott Severon inbound the ball and yellow couldn't do more on defense.
Good job on the switch up there.
Look at Lindstrom just sitting still waiting for the double to come.
16 left to play in the half.
He's letting the ball come into other people.
Cade, Diaz
DeLeon pushing up the middle.
Lindstrom out front.
He gets up to Gilkinson.
And that's going to be a turnover.
Back to
Tim Jones, rather.
Up to Severon. Severon gets spun, but he'll go across the line.
Not good.
Severon's going to be able to score.
Yellow's got another chance to get back in this game, and they give it up.
That turnover hurt the yellow team.
55 seconds left here. Ball's into Lindstrom, picked by Robert Schuler, and Gilkinson's going to outpush Alonzo. Nice pick by Michael Mann, and he's going to go all the way.
Bringing it in for the score.
That's by 2.
24-22 with 39 to go.
Michael Mann really set him free there. He wouldn't have got anywhere without that one.
Get another turnover. Jones fires into Severon.
He's got the backside sealed off. All he's got to do is turn and push. Michael Mann comes in to try and set a backside pick. Rob Schuler sets a pick on Lindstrom, and he's done. It's real hard for a low pointer like Michael Mann to hold on to Scott Severon for that long by himself.
22 seconds left. Is Yellow going to play for the last possession here?
Yellow might play for last possession here, but they really need to score 2 goals before the end of the half. So they're going to go ahead and turn it over again.
Oh, that's actually not going to be a turnover because Yellow's going to.
DeLeon comes and set the hit in the back of Lindstrom in the back of Severon to get the ball back to Yellow. Triple team on Lindstrom here.
He goes into Ryan Lindstrom.
To Gilkinson. Gilkinson should be able to outpush Alonzo Burnett, but he does. Another pick by Michael Mann, and a good pass to DeLeon. 4 seconds on the clock, 3 seconds on the clock, down by 2. Looks like that's going to be last goal.
With 3 seconds left.
And 3, 2, and 1. There's the whistle. We have a score of 25-23.
By 2, 3 minutes on the clock.
And that'll be the end of the first half of this championship game of quad rugby here at the David L. Lawrence Convention Center in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Today's championship game is being brought to you by Highmark and the Pittsburgh Steelers. We'll be back with more in the second half. For my partner Chris Hull, I'm Kevin Zuckerman for xable.com.
National Veteran Wheelchair Games like